Good day class. For today's video, we will be discussing double integration method. And this method is used to determine the deflection of a structure. Especially dito sa pag-aaralan natin, more on beams yung ating isosolve na deflection. But this is not the only method for us to solve the deflection. Meron pang iba't ibang method na gagamitin. But sa mga video na papanoorin nyo, lahat na may 5.1, those are focusing on the double integration method. So start tayo. Ano yung magiging outline natin for this course? So we have the qualitative elastic curve, the elastic beam theory, the double integration method, the derivation of that method, and of course, para mas maintindihan natin yung DIM or the double integration method, of course, apply natin siya sa mga problems. Start tayo with the qualitative elastic curve. Actually, that qualitative elastic curve is an exaggerated approximate deformed shape of the beam subjected to loads. This diagram helps the designer to make an easier and more accurate analysis of the structure. Ang nangyayari kasi sa ating beam, especially when it's subjected to the loads, hindi mo talaga makikita yung deformed shape niyan. Ayaw naman natin na yung beam natin, kitang-kita yung deflection. Kasi, of course, as a tenant of that building na may beam na ganong kalaking deflection, syempre, hindi mo siya titirahan. Hindi natin makikita in actual yung mga deformation na yon. So, for us to analyze as a designer, gagawin natin exaggerated yung pag-drawing ng mga deflection na yon using elastic curve. We have here rules to be considered when sketching the qualitative elastic curve. First is when the bending moment is positive, the curve must be concave upward. Or we can say that we should seeing a happy face. For number 2, when the bending moment is negative, the curve must be concave downward or sad face. And for number 3, when the bending moment at a point is 0, it is the point of inflection or contraflexure of the elastic curve, the point where the beam changes its concavity. Explain natin tong first 3 rules na to by diagram. Let's say, analyze muna natin tong first rule, which is the positive moment. Paano ba natin dinodrawing si positive moment? Let's say we have here a beam na subjected with this moment. Actually, this moment, yung clockwise moment sa left and counterclockwise naman sa right, those will produce positive moment diagram. Paano natin makita yan? So, drawing tayo ng moment diagram. Dito sa left natin, due to this clockwise moment, magkakaroon tayo ng upward dito. Then, wala naman tayong changes in the moment along the beam. Straight lang siya, and i-close naman siya neto. Therefore, ang na-form natin is a positive moment. And actually, sabi dito sa rule number 1, positive moment will cause concave upward. Bakit? Kasi umiikot itong dalawa dito, no? So, pag in-apply mo yan sa beam na yan, papangitiin niya ngayon si beam. So, tama lang. Yung moment na to will produce a concave upward. How about for that negative moment? Pakita natin yung itsura ng negative moment. Actually, ganito yung moment na yun that will produce a negative moment. Bakit? Drawing natin yung moment diagram. This is counterclockwise. Downward siya dito. Walang changes in moment. And clockwise to, i-close niya ito. So, we have negative moment. And paano naman nagkakaroon ng concave downward or sad face? Take note, iniikot ng moment na to, yung beam natin. So, mangyayari sa beam natin, magiging ganito. Or para madaling matandaan, kapag positive yung moment, that is happy face. Of course, positive, you are happy. And for negative, that is sad. So, negative, sad. How about this third rule? The bending moment at point is 0. It is the point of inflection. So, pakita natin yung moment diagram na may 0 moment. So, ito yon. Tinatawag siyang point of inflection. So, dito daw natin makikita yung point of inflection kapag dinrawing natin ang qualitative elastic curve. This is the deformed shape of the beam. So, we have here positive moment. Dapat makakita tayo sa part mula dito papunta dito ng happy because positive is happy. So, drawing natin yung happy face. So, ayan, may happy tayo. Dito, meron tayong sad face sa part na to kasi negative moment to, negative, sad. Makikita nyo sa point na to, wherein yun yung ating point of inflection or contraflexure, it is the point where the beam changes its concavity from happy from positive concavity, magiging negative concavity or concave downward. So, kung saan may kakaroon ng changes in concavity, that is the point of contraflexure. Hindi lang yun yung tatlong rule na susundin natin. Meron pa tayong rule number 4. If the bending moment at the segment of a beam is 0, the beam will reflect in a elastic curve as a straight line. Number 5, no deflection must be drawn in rigid supports. Number 6, the slope of the elastic curve at peak support must be 0. So for number 7, a sudden change in the behavior of the curve must happen at the location of internal beam. So para mas madaling maintindihan tong mga rules na to, pakita natin siya sa pag-draw ng qualitative elastic curve. Let's say we have here simply supported beam loaded by a uniformly distributed load. Of course, para ma-draw natin yung qualitative elastic curve ng tama, kailangan natin makita yung ating moment diagram. So, we have here upward reaction. So, drawing natin yung shear diagram muna. Ito yung magiging shear diagram niya. Moment diagram naman, ito naman yon. So, kayo na lang mag-solve ng mga values na to. Palabasin nyo since alam naman natin na yung pag-solve niyan. So, let us try now to draw the qualitative elastic curve of the beam. But we have to follow the number 1 rule and the number 5 rule. Check nyo na lang kung bakit hindi kasama yung 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. No? Kasi we have here bending moment which is positive. So, pag may positive bending moment, anong mangyayari? That is happy phase. Yung ating elastic curve, that is happy phase. How about for the number 5? No deflection must be drawn on the rigid support. So, this is rigid support, hinge and roller. Meaning, hindi magde-deflect yung beam natin dyan. Kapag dinawing natin yung ating elastic curve, magiging happy siya, pero dito, hindi siya gagalaw. This is the undeformed beam. Ito naman yung magiging deformed beam or the qualitative elastic curve, the exaggerated deflection of the beam. Ganyan siya. Ayan. So, tama lang. Kasi di ba yung loadings na to will cause downward deflection to the beam. So, nagkaroon ng downward dito, naging happy siya. Pero dito, walang deflection dito kasi support siya. Next natin, for the problem number 2. So, ito naman, meron man tayo dito, cantilever beam. So, of course, solve muna natin yung reaction bago makuha yung shear diagram and moment diagram. Meron tayong negative moment diagram dito. So, expect natin, dapat makita natin to as sad phase sa ating elastic curve. So, ano yung mga rules natin dapat na sundin dito? In drawing the elastic curve, we have number 2, 4, 5, and 6. So, for number 2, the bending moment, negative, the curve must be concave downward. Of course, negative moment lang meron tayo dito. Concave downward ang ating concavity dito of the elastic curve. Number 4, if the bending moment at the segment of the beam is 0, then it will reflect in the elastic curve as a straight line. Makikita natin sa part na to, wala nang moment na na-experience. Therefore, makikita natin sa ating elastic curve na straight line na lang ito later on. Number 5, no deflection must be drawn on the rigid support. Tama lang na walang deflection doon kasi nga support yun, di ba? So, sa support, hindi ka pwedeng gumalaw vertically. Yan. Katulad nito, support na to, bawal siyang gumalaw vertically. So, rigid yan. So, the slope of the elastic curve at fixed support must be 0. So, pag nag-drawing tayo ng elastic curve, dapat sad to dito. So, sad papunta dito, mula dito papunta dito. Okay? Ngayon, sinasabi dito sa number 6, the slope of elastic curve at fixed support must be 0. Take note that at the fixed support, hindi pwedeng mag-rotate si beam natin dyan. So, kahit anong load ilagay mo dito, hindi siya magkakaroon ng rotation dito. This is fixed. No? Ibig sabihin, kapag we draw a tangent line here, tangent line to the elastic curve, yung slope neto is equal to 0. Hindi kasi siya mag-rotate kahit anong gawin mo. Okay? So, kaya yun yung sinasabi sa number 6. And no deflection must be drawn at the rigid support. So, hindi siya gumalaw dito. Unlike this one, so nagkaroon ng deflection dito at a certain value. Meron siyang pagbaba. From the original position ng ating beam, bumaba siya at this point. No? So, paano naman yung number 4? Sabi dito, it will reflect in the elastic curve as a straight line if we have zero moment. Ibig sabihin, mula dito, sa point na to, magkakaroon ka lang ng straight line. Susundan lang natin yung slope nito. Kung ano man yung slope nito, mag-draw lang tayo ng line straight. So that will be our elastic curves. This is just the exaggerated deflection of the beam. Hindi siya yung actual deflection, no? Kasi napakalaki nito kung i-compare natin, no? So para lang madalian tayo mag-design, nilagawin nating exaggerated yung ating deflection. Next tayo, number 4. Sample problem number 4. So we have here a overhanging beam. Overhang dito sa left, overhang dito sa right. And loaded tayo ng 40 kilonewtons. So draw natin yung mga reactions. So we have your downward, upward for the shear diagram. Ito yung magiging shear diagram niya. And for the moment diagram, ito naman yun. So kayo na bahala mag-check kung paano nakuha tong mga shear and moment diagram. Draw natin yung ating qualitative elastic curve. So ganito yung mangyayari dyan. So we have here negative moment. No? Pag gumawa tayo ng ating mga rules, dapat magamit natin si 2, 4, and 5. So mula dito papunta dito is sad. And of course, mula dito papunta dito is sad pa rin. So bakit dito sir nakakonect sa point na to ng yung ating elastic curve? So ba't nasa taas tong sad na to? Kasi ganito yan guys. So dapat hindi aalis yung ating elastic curve doon sa ating mga supports kasi walang deflection dyan. And you have to create a sad face dyan kasi negative moment tayo dito. So dito sa part na to, negative moment pa rin, dapat sad pa rin yung iyong elastic curve. So connect mo lang siya dito and sad pa rin siya. However, dito naman sa walang moment, sabi dito, yung elastic curve dapat straight lang kapag walang moment. Dapat i-connect lang natin pala dito ang ating elastic curve. Mula sa rigid support, gagawin lang natin straight line. So this will be our elastic curve. So tama lang, di ba? Kapag may load ka na downward dito, take note ha, straight to. Kapag ka nag-apply ka dito ng load, bababa tong point na to. Bababa yung point na yan. And of course, dapat dito walang deflection, dapat gaganyan siya dito. So susunod lang siya, magkakaroon ng curve dito. And dito, parang pagkakaangat yan dyan, and nakakonect pa rin dapat sa support na to. Ang mangyayari dito is straight na lang. So, tama lang yung ating elastic curve. So, actually, yung ating elastic curve, naka-base pa rin naman yan sa loading. So, kung kaya mong tignan siya sa loading pa lang, madrawing na yung elastic curve, better, no? Without looking on the moment diagram. Next natin is this beam. Actually, this beam, na-solve na natin yung shear and moment diagram neto doon sa ating topic, of course, na shear and moment diagram. Now, to draw the qualitative elastic curve, yan, of course, we have to follow some rules. And actually, mako-cover natin lahat dito ng ating rule from 1 to 7. Kasi meron tayo ditong positive moment, meron tayong negative moment, meron tayong fixed support, wherein yung slope doon is 0. Meron tayong mga support na walang deflection doon. Meron tayo ditong internal hinge for number 7. Yung number 4 lang pala yung wala dito kasi yung ating beam from A to E is experiencing moment. So, wala lang dito yung rule number 4. So, gawin natin yung qualitative elastic curve. So, from this point, dapat 0 yung ating slope dyan. So, almost straight lang yung magiging curve natin dito. But, from this point, papunta sa point na to, dapat meron tayong positive moment, dapat happy siya. So, dapat happy tayo dyan hanggang dito sa point. However, from this hinge, this is internal hinge, magkakaroon tayo ng sudden change in the behavior of the curve. You will notice here that this is a positive moment. Dito naman negative moment. So, we have to expect na yung ating elastic curve dito, biglang magkakaroon ng sad. So, from this point, papunta dito sad dapat yan. Pero dapat, dito sa support na to, nakakonect siya. Nakakonect yung support na to kasi wala tayong ditong deflection. So, gawin natin, dapat may sad tayo from this point, papunta this point, sad dapat yan. So, ganyan yung ating magiging elastic deformation dyan. So, nakababa pa rin to, yung ating beam dito from the original position, hindi siya pwedeng tumaas. Bakit siya tataas? Kasi yung loadings mo dito is downward. So, naka-refer ka pa rin dapat. Sad ka pa rin dito. Yan, sad ka pa rin dyan. Kasi baka sabihin ng iba, pwedeng sad na napataas naman dito. So, hindi ganon. Sad pa rin tayo dito, naka-refer pa rin tayo sa ating loadings na 600 and 1,200. This will be our elastic curve. So, yan. Nasunod natin lahat ng ating mga rules. So, walang deflection sa mga support. This is the exaggerated deflection kasi, di ba? 0 dito yung ating curve or 0 yung slope dito. Almost straight lang yung ating curve dito sa fixed support. And nagkakaroon ng sudden change kapag ka meron kang mga internal hinges. Okay? So, that's all for the qualitative elastic curve. So, magagamit natin to once na magka-calculate tayo ng actual deflection. So, that's it for this topic. See you on part 2.